Alrighty, guys, now with GTA 6 set to launch on the PlayStation 5 and the Series X and X next year, it feels like even though it's coming out on all the consoles, the Xbox and of course the PlayStation 5, and of course it's not coming out on PC, but even though it's coming out on Xbox also, this game feels like a Sony exclusive. And the reason why I say that is just because if you look at the sales numbers and you compare the PlayStation 5 and, of course, the Xbox S and X, you see what I'm talking about. Now, of course, with Sony, of course, having a huge lead over Xbox, and the game's not coming out on PC, of course, anytime soon, GTA 6, it says right here in this article, I'll leave a link below so you can check it out, but it says GTA 6 PlayStation 5 release is the priority, says former Rockstar dev. So, of course, that would be obvious. It's got almost 60 million units right now versus, the Xbox is 20 some million. And, of course, you're going to have the biggest user base. And of course, like they said in this article, they said the PlayStation version of Grand Theft Auto is always sold the best. So it's pretty obvious, of course. Again, no PC version, just PlayStation and Xbox. And thinking about it, it's obvious, right? You're probably going to sell 75, 80% of that game when it comes out. It's going to be sold on the PlayStation 5. Now, the Xbox will still have, it's still going to have its own version also. It's not like it's left out in the dark. It's not like you're left out in the dark. I'm just saying, when you look at the sales gap between the PlayStation and Xbox, you just see a huge gap. And, of course, it's going to sell more units on the PlayStation 5. That's going to be the preferred method to play the game. So it's going to be favored, I guess you can say. And that means you'll probably get DLC faster. You may get specials you wouldn't get on the Xbox, on the PlayStation version. Again, this is all just me guessing, but it's obvious. There's still going to be Xbox versions of it. But it just feels like a Sony exclusive. It really does. All the hype is going to be around the Sony version. And it's kind of interesting just sitting back and thinking about it like that. You're like, man, Xbox has such a big hole they've dug themselves, and it's just the way it is. So, of course, now a lot of PC gamers are like, well, man, they should put it out on PC at the same time. And you can make an argument for that, really. That would be a way to get a lot of sales, but I think what they are doing is there's going to be a lot of people who just don't want to wait. And there'll be some people that buy the PlayStation 5 version, I guess. But according to Rockstar, again, they're going by their past sales numbers. And I'm sure these games have come out on PC. And they know what they sell on PC. And I think piracy is a big problem for the PC also. And that may be one of the big reasons why they're putting it on the PlayStation 5 first and foremost. That way they can get all those sales they can get on the PlayStation 5 version. And I'll say it'll probably be about a year later before you get it on the PC. So, kind of makes you wonder, I know. Kind of makes you wonder. But, again, it's coming out fall next year. And it does feel like it feels like a PlayStation exclusive. Even though it's not, it just does. Because you can tell they really are putting all their effort into making the PlayStation 5 version the best. And that doesn't mean they're going to leave the Xbox behind in all this. It's going to play fine on the Xbox and all that. But if you're a publisher, let's look at it from this point of view. We have 60 million PlayStations. We have 20-some million Xboxes out there. And by the time this game comes out next year, it's going to be probably close to 75, 80 million PlayStation 5s by the time this game comes out next year. Because they're selling about, a million PlayStation 5s a month, somewhere along those lines. And the Xbox has just pretty much stopped selling since they've put some of their games over on Sony's platform. People are like, well, I'm done with Xbox, and nobody's buying it no more. So, and of course the of course the PlayStation 5 Pro is coming out, and people are excited about that, and that's going to help sales. So just look at it from this point of view. Let's say you're Rockstar, you see these, say, 60 million PlayStation 5s, which will be more next year. Say you see these 60 million people on their PlayStation 5s, and you see those 20-some million. I think it's the low 20s on the Xbox. So you see that, you're like, man, what system are you going to favor? What system are you going to care more about? What version of the game you're going to care more about is what I'm saying. You're going to care more about the PlayStation version. So this is going to be huge for Sony, and this could help sell some more systems. It really could. If Sony can get some exclusive offers, some exclusive deals with the PlayStation 5 version, which they should be able to, because that's going to be the one that sells the most. And I think that's the way it's going to be. So anyway, that's pretty much my thoughts on this. Again, it just feels like a PlayStation 5 exclusive, this game does. And I'll tell you what, this is really a missed opportunity for Nintendo. I was thinking about that also. I might talk about that in another video. But just imagine if the Switch 2, which is probably not going to be strong enough to handle the GTA 6, even though it's going to be a new generation, it's still probably not going to be able to handle the game. But just imagine if it was. Just imagine how many copies they would sell. A handheld version of GTA 6 that's almost as good as a PlayStation 5 Xbox version. Wouldn't that be something? You know, you talk about selling a system fast. Put it out on the Switch before it comes out on the Steam Deck. Boom. Talk about some sales. But Nintendo's in their own world, of course. But anyway, that's my thoughts on this. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up. We'll see you guys, as always, next time. And remember, as always, destiny is all. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Toodles!